What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How are you guys doing? Welcome to March 4th. May the 4th. No, that's the wrong one. This is your guy, DeMarcus, here with the Beta Project, and today we're talking about those days. And when I thought about those days, I was looking for a perfect quote, and this is it. One of those days. It's just perfect. If you've ever seen the movie, I forgot what that movie's called, but this is one of the Pixar movies. It's pretty funny. But just talk about one of those days. It's nice and simple. You can always watch that Humble and Focused on YouTube. Feel free to subscribe and to like us and get those notifications. So here we go. Hey, how are you? It's DeMarcus, is your guy here, and I'm here to talk to you about those days. And I think this is kind of important because it's often people, we fail to realize that those days that we're talking about, those days where nothing seems to work, or those days where we just don't feel like we are the best version of ourselves, or those days where things don't seem to go our way, or those things where we can't make things go our way, or those days where we feel a little bit less, or those days where we're sad, or those days where we're not as happy as we used to be, or all those days are temporary. Even though they're a part of our life and they're a part of our growth process, those days are a temporary situation. Those days are here to come, and those days will pass eventually. But we have to keep in mind that we have to work through those days. Those days just don't come and stay. They'll stay as long as they allow us, just like a car parked at a stoplight. If you let a car stay stopped at a stay stopped at a stoplight, stay parked there, it's going to stay there until you decide to start the car and move forward. And it's going to, some days you're going to run up to that stoplight, you're going to have to hit, you're going to have to stay for a second. But just understand, ladies and gentlemen, and the reason I brought this up is because those days often are the days that derail us from our dreams. Those days where, like I said, those things where things aren't working out the way you want them to, or you can't make heads or tails of anything that's going on, or you lose control of everything, and you don't know where it's going, and you can't figure out how to get it back on track. It's okay. The cool thing about it is that that's why tomorrows are made, because you can go to sleep tonight, and maybe tomorrow will be a little bit better, and you'll have a better grasp of those days. And sometimes all it takes is just putting a little bit of energy and work into what's going on and focusing on your goal. Don't lose track or sight of your goal as you're going through all this. As a matter of fact, this is one of the times where by focusing in on your goals, it's going to help you get through. It's a lot easier than feeling your way around in the dark if you have a rope in the dark and you're able to follow a rope and you're able to pull yourself along. Because if you're trying to feel your way around in the dark, what you're going to notice is that you could go any way. You can go left, you can go right, you can go up, you can go down. But if you have a rope in your hands and you're able to pull yourself, that lifeline, that tether to life, it is what actually keeps you going in the right direction. So those days, they're going to happen. Those days are here. But those days do not have to stay. And you have to make a move to eliminate the sitting or the staying of those days. You're great. You're amazing. You're fantastic. You have goals. You have dreams. You created yourself in a way that is 100% true to life. But things are going to happen. You're going to get sick. You're going to get hurt. You're going to have a mental mind day. You're going to have a depression day. You're going to have a sadness day. Because just as bad as you have those days, you're going to have those happy days, those amazing days, those fantastic days. But just remember that those happy days are going to come. Don't stress out too much. You can do this. Just remember where you're coming from, remember who you are, and remember where you're trying to go. Now, if you could do all that, I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, that you will be out of those days a lot quicker than you think. And that's all I wanted to show you, because in all reality, as crazy as those days are, and as crazy as those days feel like they're just coming in and taking root and they're not doing anything other than just stressing your life out, those days are a great way for you to remind yourself why you're doing everything that you're doing. If you're having those days, take some time to say, okay, I'm here. What am I supposed to get from this? And just allow yourself to dwell. Don't fight these days. These days are coming to pass. That's all I have to say. So that's all. Nice, easy video today, ladies and gentlemen. I just want you to think about those days. If you're having one of those days, sometimes I get those days, especially in the wintertime, and things start hitting me. Coming back from Florida, it gave me one of those days. I came back from cold weather, and I ain't really liking all that. But just keep in mind that you got this. As simple as that. Feel free to reach out to people that can help you talk yourself through positively. Or if you need to stay in yourself for a couple days, it's fine. But don't alienate or eliminate the idea of other people helping you out and helping you through this, because this is a process. This is not easy. It's not something that's going to just go away forever, but we can always get through it and we can always make it. And so that's all I have for you guys. I hope you have a great March 4th. And tomorrow is March 5th, and we will have another day. And it doesn't have to be one of those days, but we get a chance to get another step closer to the goals that we want, the dreams that we want, and having a better, happier life that we want. And that's all I have for you. And remember, I believe in each and every single one of you. And I want you to do the best you can in all things. And remember that you're not alone on this earth. No matter if you are sitting in your room in your house alone with nobody else around, you're still not alone. We decide to untether ourselves from the world because we believe that we are alone, but we're not alone. There are people going out and people going through things that we go through, but we decide that our stuff has to be original and our stuff has to be the only person that's going through it, and that's where we lose a lot of people. Suicide rates, depression rates, all these things. Ladies and gentlemen, just remember that there are other people going through the same thing, and it's best to reach out to those people or reach out and let somebody know how you feel. You don't have to sit inside and hide those dark days as if they're your own and that nobody understands, because I'm telling you right now, there are people out there who will get it, and there are people out there who will help you. And so that's all I have for you. Be the greatest version of yourself, and don't be scared to let yourself shine. That's all I have for you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for coming. I will see you tomorrow. Happy March 4th. And until tomorrow. And don't let those days get you down.